Good Sunday morning, everybody. It is 8:26. I'm Lauren Lapenzina, and we are bringing you team coverage right now of the Florida Power and Light power plant smokestack implosion in Riviera Beach. We are counting down here. It's supposed to happen right at 8:30, so just a couple of minutes more to go now. They are really out with the old and in with the new this morning. They are making way for a much newer and more energy efficient plant there. So the smokestacks and some of their boilers are coming down. We have a crew atop the port of the Palm Beach building, and our Chopper 5 is high above the scene. This shot here, courtesy of our Chopper 5, and they're all on standby to bring you live coverage of this implosion. First things first, we want to check in with Liz Flynn, our ground crew. She and her photographer really have a good feel of what it's like to be close to this scene. So, Liz, good morning again. Do you see a lot of folks starting to gather to watch this morning?
That's right. We've got quite a crew up here. A number of people from the local media are here, as well as a few FPL families that have come up here to watch what's going on. Now, we want to show you exactly what we're seeing here right now. You're taking a look at the picture that we see. This is the view that we have of the plant, and it's pretty much a clear-on view. You should be able to see an amazing shot of these smokestacks and the boilers. That's the blue grid-like feature that you see in front of you, as well as that light blue water tower all coming down. That's all going to take place in about 7 seconds. Right now, the whole area is clear. We have seen some of the port security people pull their vehicles back on the port just for safety measure. Also, 58th and 59th Street at Broadway have been shut down, and that's just temporarily, a few minutes before this implosion and a few minutes after, just to kind of avoid any traffic troubles from rubberneckers maybe stopping in the middle of traffic and taking a look at what's going on. Now, police, Marine Patrol are keeping boats from getting anywhere too close, but there are a number of boats that are out here on the water right now. Everyone trying to really get a great vantage point, but really what you're seeing at home is probably the best view ever, because we're bringing you views from high atop the Port of Palm Beach's administrative offices. We're about 6 stories up, so we've got a really great view. We've got Captain Julie, who's going to be giving us some aerial shots as well. And again, this is something that demolition crews have been spending months preparing for, dismantling much of the plant in a way to kind of minimize the noise and vibration. Now, what you're going to see and what you're going to feel is we're told it's going to sound a little bit like thunder, and if you're nearby in the area, it may feel like a truck is moving by, a big truck is moving by. That's about as much vibration as we're going to get out of this, but it should be a spectacular sight, and it's all taking place in just a few minutes. All right, we are live here.
All right, thank you, Liz. Liz Flynn, live there at the scene, has a wonderful shot, and it was so neat to see Chopper 5 circling through Liz's shot there. We're just now getting the 2-minute warning. This picture here from our Chopper 5, high above, team coverage this morning. You know, these twin smokestacks were built by FPL about 50 years ago. They're really quite a staple of the Riviera Beach skyline. They're located, of course, right on the Intracoastal Waterway in Riviera Beach. As Liz mentioned, it's only supposed to take 7 seconds for the stacks to fall. The debris will weigh more than 18,000 tons. Just to give you some perspective there, 18,000 tons of debris about to fall down here in about a minute and a half. They're, of course, replacing the old smokestacks and some of the boilers, the whole power plant, really, for a 39-acre green, $1.3 billion energy center. So certainly much more efficient there, much more green, much better for the environment. It's going to be powered by natural gas, and it will use 33% less fuel to produce the same amount of power. Do we want to get a quick check of weather here, guys, as we count? Okay, very good. We're about 1 minute away. We're going to keep you in this shot here so we don't miss it. But Storm Team 5 meteorologist Kate Parker is with me now. Weather a factor at all here, Kate?
It's not going to play a major factor at all. Our winds are incredibly light this morning out of the south-southeast. They're not going to be playing a big role as far as where these smokestacks fall. Incredibly calm winds, actually, so it's actually going to feel pretty warm if you are standing out there watching these stacks. Otherwise, we have some clouds around, but no rainfall that should be impacting this implosion, so it's actually looking like pretty good weather for it. A little bit of cloud cover actually isn't too bad. You can actually look up at them and maybe not have to block your eyes out from the sun too much.
Well, that sounds good. Picture perfect conditions. I'm just now getting the 30-second warning, so we're going to watch this here with all of you at home. Really a part of history, don't
Absolutely.
you think? Here, this
Yeah,
coming
incredibly
down.
Interesting.
Florida Power and Light, certainly such a fabric
14.
here. 14 seconds. Did you hear that? Someone shouting there from the scene. 14 seconds. And here's the countdown. Let's listen in. About 8 seconds to go.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. And there it
Incredible.
was. Wasn't that neat to see?
Goosebumps.
Yeah, it was really really neat to see them sort of both fall sort of parallel there down. There's all the smoke that we expected would come from this, but it so far as we can tell, in sort of these seconds just immediately following, this went extremely well. Kind of neat to hear the countdown there. A lot of folks in that area went to see this live this morning, right there, along with all the news reporters at the scene. And it seemed to go very well. You could sort of hear that thunder boom that Liz told us we would hear there this morning. And it seemed to go well. We want to go check back live now with Liz Flynn, who's been covering this since the early morning hours today. Liz, how was it to see it from where you are up on the 6th floor there?
It is an absolutely amazing sight from here. I know you enjoyed the same view that we did, seeing it from high atop the Port of Palm Beach offices. Right now, what we're seeing is a very big dust cloud. Of course, a lot of this has been minimized because they've taken such careful preparations in the months leading up to this implosion today. These are professionals who are actually doing this. Right now, we want to show you what's going on. Let's take a look. We've got some of our helicopters still flying around, so Captain Julie can give us some more aerials. But the boat's being kept quite a distance away as that cloud is continuing to spread. The port security people also backing up a little bit as that cloud continues to kind of disperse and move over the area right now. Now, what we actually felt was we could actually feel the floor below us actually kind of shaking. Of course, we are 6 stories up, so you're going to feel a little bit of a vibration up here. And it was just a little bit kind of like a slight bounce, and the noise of very very loud clap of thunder. But really quite an impressive sight and pretty amazing to see. And now, of course, the area is cleared for that brand new energy efficient power plant that Florida Power and Light is planning on building on this very site. But right now, the skyline here in Riviera Beach looking very different.
And Liz,
Lauren?
we've just played the replay there in case folks happen to be just turning their TV on right now and wondering what in the world is happening. We're just giving you sort of the instant replay of all of this. The FPL smokestacks there, standing for 50 years in Riviera Beach, have just imploded. They've just come down. Liz, by the way, is at the Port of Palm Beach. She's up on the 6th floor, so she really has had quite a wonderful view this morning. And it seems like everything has gone extremely well.
Very
kind of
graceful
exciting to
looking.
see. Yeah,
Graceful,
everything.
almost just a tribute to the engineers that planned that implosion.
Oh, phenomenal.
Beautiful.
Phenomenal job. More on this later today as they sort of get an assessment of how it all went down. And we are back tonight at 6 o'clock. Kate will be back in a little while with a weather update. And thanks so much for joining us.